Well, how are you doing? Um, a test as well as a stream. I've just ditched Zoom and I'm now on StreamYard, which has got more features like I can highlight chats and stuff, for example. Uh, 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 uh. So yeah, this is my first time being on StreamYard, really. Um, Slightly more expensive to use, but apparently it's got just loads of features and stuff. Which will be good. So lots of the 10 people watching, like I say, I've just really just decided to go live and just test out the new layouts and things like that. I'm just starting to get used to it on this Friday night. So then, our match on Monday, Burnley, Burnley. A few fans are saying, yeah, there's the first comment coming in there from Stephen. It's more like we are not fetching anybody in. I know there's a few raised eyebrows about that one. Purely the fact we still need that striker. We could do with a winger, especially. But like I say, there's still time yet. There's still time to bring somebody in. I'm just wondering, Stephen, is the fact like are the owners saying to themselves, "Oh well, we are safe, even though we're not mathematically not, but we're happy with the squad we've got. Um, let's survive this season and strengthen even more in for next season." But like I say, I always say we aren't safe yet until we're mathematically safe. So there we go. More, how you doing? Hope you like the new layout. Like I say, everybody's going to be now part of the show because I can now highlight everybody's comments, so you actually feel like you're part of it as well. And Maureen Johnson says, press conference today says Regis Labrie is optimistic, but is happy with the current squad. I mean, yeah, I think the majority of fans are happy with the current squad without a shadow of a doubt. Um, it'll be another test on Monday um, with Burnley coming. It'd be disappointing if it is a we are a one-man squad and we absolutely dire again. But look, it was awful against West Ham. I cannot see us being that bad against Burnley, or it's going to be such a difference without Xhaka. Um, he's happy with the current squad. Yeah, I've still got my doubts. I still don't think possibly Isidore, Mundell, Mienda, not quite Premier League standards. Um, and I have seen like comments and stuff of, should we loan them out? Which, like I say, you've got to be rueful in the Premier League. You've got to be rueful if your team is just. any players, like any weak links, when you're in the Premier League, you cannot afford at all to hang on to players just because it's sentimental value. I think you're right, Cabby. Yeah, I mean, I know it's a daft thing to say, because you know, saying that we are safe, we're not mathematically not. It's a bit of a daft thing to do because if we do lose, say 3 or 4 on the bounce, and like West Ham win 4 on the bounce, then it comes squeaky bum time. Not saying that it's going to happen. I can't see it happening the way we've been going on. And Stephen also says he's worried about Monday's game. Yeah, I know it's got all the mixings and workings, hasn't it? Of like our first defeat of the season will be against Burnley at home, and it's like because we just achieved that of being unbeaten at home, and it'll be sod's law that year without Granit Xhaka and Burnley as well. That will lose our winning status at home. But it's always going to be that hoodoo over us, isn't it? Because of the fact we're unbeaten at home this season, and when will it happen? Um, it's not going to be an easy game on Monday. That is far, far from it. It's going to be an easy game without a shadow of a doubt. There's no such thing as an easy game, especially in the Premier League. But if the players go with the mentality thinking it's going to be a walkover and they don't need to turn up, then they'll get beat. It's as simple as that. Um, so Maureen says Burnley have just signed a player today. I can't remember his name. I'll have to have a look at that one. Let's see if I can find it. Burnley have just signed a player. Um, I've been pretty busy at work, so I've not really kept up to scratch with things. Burnley Football Club. Let's have a look. I can't see anything. If any of you lot know who you think it could be, but we have got a quality squad without a shadow of a doubt. Can't lose the unbeaten record to Burnley. Crowd need to be the 12th man. No, we cannot. Far from it, but it can happen. Do you know what I mean? You can lose against anyone if you're not up to scratch. And it's just a good job that Brian Broby is starting to bang the goals in because up front the goals aren't coming from anywhere else, and that's one thing we really need to address is the scoring of goals because there is lack of them, and it's amazing where we are in the league. It just shows you how you know our defence is doing well. Apart from I'm saying that when we lost 3-1 against West Ham, and we lost against Brentford. But yeah, it's a tricky one. I do still think Mundell will be away. It was Ward Pross to Burnley, was it? Ah, right, okay. I mean, look, to be fair, I think Burnley um, and Wolves, I would say, are gone. I don't know if it's too early to say that, but and it looks like it's between West Ham and Forest, possibly Leeds getting dragged into it, maybe because they're getting points, but they're just drawing. They're drawing a lot of games, Leeds, and if West Ham and Forest keep picking up 3, then they will close the gap and overtake Leeds, and then Leeds will be back in the mire. Um, yes, Stephen, it would be just like Sunderland to lose this game. It would, without a shadow of a doubt. I mean, the old Sunderland um, would. Do you know what I mean? The Sunderland of old, um, you know, would possibly do that. But this is a completely different squad. The only thing that concerns me is the fact like Jacket isn't on the pitch, and we can't keep using him as an excuse all the time. I know that for sure. But like at Olympia, he is main rock in that side. Um, yeah, it's how it's saying his presence is on the touchline or in the dressing room, but it's not the same being on that pitch. But I think Regis Debris had a lot to do with that defeat as well, to West Ham. His formation, in the first half wasn't suiting us, and he was picking the wrong players. I mean, Hume, he was in the wrong place. He's not like a midfielder, is he? And it was just all the pot. I mean, when we changed it into the second half, then it was completely different, wasn't it? I mean, I do believe if we started with that formation and lineup in the first half, I don't think we'd have lost that game against West Ham. So I think that's fine. It is fine. Fine. Um, so yeah, it's just a shame that Janet Xhaka's out. Um, I don't know how long he's gonna be out for. I'm not seeing any updates. There's even an Instagram post of him walking somewhere. Um, doesn't say anything else about where he's going or what he's up to. They did say up to 2 or 3 weeks, didn't they? I hope not. So, yeah, so I hope you like the new layout. Like I say, enter the studio, add to stage. Let me go to the oh, hello, Rob. Right. Just add a new. I'm trying to get Rob set up. Maureen Johnson, who do you think could step up in a leadership role? Well, without a shadow of a doubt, I would say hello, Rob.
Good evening, Stuart. Odd platform. I just didn't expect it. I thought this was a black and white.
Well, no, I've just I've got rid of. Can you hear me all right? Yeah.
I can hear you fine, mate.
Yeah. Okay. I've got rid of Zoom and Baz from the Newcastle channel. Have told me to get StreamYard. I mean, it's an extra 16 quid a month, but I'm also saving 16 quid a month by not paying Zoom. And this has just got a lot more features, as you can see. I can it just looks more professional. I can highlight everybody's chats and stuff. And it's just I want to get the people on the channel involved as well. Do you know what I mean? So every time I can highlight a chat like this, it makes them feel as if they're proper part of it, you know?
Yep, no, makes total sense to me, mate.
So hopefully, I mean that's the reason why I've gone live as well tonight. I thought I'm going to test it and to see what it's worth.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's worth paying a little bit extra to get the quality. So hopefully, Rob,
you
can
sorry,
see the
I
comments
was slightly late.
No.
I didn't. Yeah. I got the message, but I had to get Bounty out of the chair.
No, it's fine.
I just do not, mate. He has taken every opportunity he gets. He climbs into the chair and stares at the screen, waiting for you to come on, mate.
Oh,
you think I'm joking? You think I'm joking? I'm not. I'm being deadly serious.
Oh my god, it's crazy. But yeah, I hope Yeah, no problem.
Hey, Stuart, come on then, up you come.
Is there? Oh, there he is. Do you know what? Hello, Bounty. Hello, Sunshine.
Who's that? Is that Stuart?
Hello, Bounty. We need to get you some headphones and a microphone, man. How's you doing? Is he all right?
He's good, mate. He's good.
Nice one. He's always part of the team, isn't he?
Oh, yes. It wouldn't surprise me if he decided to get in behind me and push me out of the chair, because he did that last night as well. Good lad.
Excuse me if I keep coughing. I've just got this chesty cough. It'll not go away. So yeah, I hope you like the new layout. Maureen Johnson, as like I said, who do you think could step up in a leadership role? Well, I've already said I think definitely Dan Ballard could.
Yeah, Ballard. Alderetti's done it before. He's captain teams. Same with Ronaldo and Diarra. And possibly even Mookie Early, for that matter.
It's a difficult one, isn't it? Because it's Jack's shoes is just such a hard thing to fill in.
Yeah.
Without a shadow of a doubt, you know what I mean? I mean, how can you... We're not asking to replace Jack, but you've got to have that standing, like, captain and stuff. I mean, I thought maybe the fans were a little bit... I thought they were a little bit sort of harsh on Hume, because I think he has had some cracking games this season, and everybody was jumping on the bandwagon, you know, how poor he was. But let's face it, I mean, he was in the wrong role, wasn't he? He was in the wrong position, and it's just not for him.
Yeah, he didn't have a particularly good game, which is probably the worst I've seen Hume play this season. You know, normally he's quite solid. He just didn't have a particularly good game. I wonder if the extra pressure of having the captaincy for that game was a little bit too much for him.
Yeah, I mean, I think that could be, you know, because it weighs a lot on your mind, doesn't he? I mean, deep down inside, he might not have wanted to do it, you know.
It does. Colin, no, I'm not. He's too big. He'd take far too much dye, mate. You would have loved him when he was a puppy, because he wasn't grey and white. He was black and white.
Well then. There you go. So I'm just letting the cat out. Oh, dear me. I'm still cramped in this little studio. I am going to get it sorted. Need to move a few things about. So like I say, welcome to the new layout. So like I say, it's just so I can get everybody involved in the channel and make you guys feel part of it as well. Because I mean, I know you are part of it anywhere on the chat, but now I can highlight every single comment just about that comes up, which makes you feel that you are part of it. Just like there, Stephen Martin says, I would like another solid centre back. Rob, what do you reckon of that? Do you think we could do a solid centre back, or we've got enough?
We've got Ballard. Alderetti can play centre back. Ronaldo can play centre back. Just trying to think of who else we've got that could play that position. Potentially Mookie Early can also play centre back. So we've got 4 decent centre backs, but whether you need it, I wouldn't say no to having an extra one, because Mookie Early's made that sort of right back slot his own. Ronaldo on the other side has made that one his own as wing backs. Ballard's just he's got to be the first name on the team sheet. It's who you play alongside him if we're playing 2 centre backs. You know, there are other options. I mean, Hume can play sort of centre back as well to a certain extent.
Yeah, absolutely. Colin Major says evening, Cabby and Rob. Hello, Colin. Do you know how you doing, Colin? You all right, mate? It's been ages since I've been wanting to do this, put these comments up and stuff. It makes such a difference. So I'm so pleased I'm able to do it. Stevie SAFC says we need someone to step up for the next 3 weeks. That's for sure. The thing is, we've got the squad. Do I think we're a one-man team with Jacoby out? I mean, look, it'll test us on. It'll test us on thingy, to say the least, on Monday against Burnley. That is for sure. But I'm treating the Burnley game like every other game. You know what I mean? I'm not thinking that it's going to be a walkover, and I hope the team don't. Do you know what I mean? Because it isn't. It's going to be a difficult game. We need someone to step up for the next 3 weeks. I think Regis Lebris, obviously, he'll have learnt his lesson from West Ham. I think we'll have a different formation. It doesn't seem to suit us 4-2-2, does it?
No,
4-4-2, should I say? It's every time we try and go for that because we haven't quite got the strike force yet to go with that. When we go with 4-4-2, we seem to be a bit isolated, don't we, up top?
Yeah, we do, and it's sort of our big strength this season has been the fact that our defence hasn't been leaking many. We've got a strong defence, and a lot of the time we've played a 5-4-1 formation. And I think the team plays well with that formation. However, the downside of that formation is we don't score many goals with it because you've only got one guy up front. The old adage, I suppose, applies: if you don't concede, you ain't going to get beat. You might not win, but you're not going to get beat. So maybe he's, going back to playing 5-4-1 or something like that. Might be a benefit. We're good on the breakaways. We've done that well all season. Burnley are not playing badly at the moment. They're sort of grinding out draws, or they've ground out a few draws. And yes, they have had leads in some games that they've thrown away. I think Monday will be a tough game. I expect us to win it, but it wouldn't surprise me if we came away with a draw. I don't think we'll lose it. I know. Well, you saw the comments in the Cabby chat this morning. You were going for a Burnley win, I think, weren't you, Stuart? Been disowned by your own channel.
I know. I mean, was it Malta was saying, for God's sake, we need to ban this Macam Cabby. I know. I mean, Big Davey would say the same thing. I'm just thinking of the old Sunderland, the Sunderland of old. Of it's a Sunderland thing to do, isn't it? It really has. Well, or was in the past.
Yeah, it certainly has been in the past. And we, to a certain extent, we did it a bit last year, where teams that were lower in the league, we didn't play so well against teams that were higher up the league, the likes of Leeds's, Burnley's. I mean, we should have beat Burnley twice last season. We only beat them the once, and then threw away 2 golden opportunities to beat them down at Turf Moor, with Isidore missing 2 penalties. We've got the beating of them. I just hope they turn up with their heads in the game, and not like they did on Saturday against West Ham.
It's important, I would say, to get off to a good start, because look, it's all right saying it's the comeback kings, but it's not comfortable viewing, isn't it? Seeing Sunderland just go behind constantly, and it's like I would like to see us get out the blocks and get in 3-0 at half time or something like that. Like what West Ham did was not this 1-0 down again, or we're 2-0 down, and Count Sunderland come back, and it's like it's all right if we can, but I always guarantee that is going to happen. We're at home. I would like to see us come out the blocks and have a go. Do you know what I mean? And
the thing is, we know we generally. I mean, we didn't last Saturday. We started quite quickly.
5 minutes. First 5 minutes.
First 5 minutes, we were all over West Ham, and then we went to sleep. Normally, they're all up. Teams are all over us for the first 20 minutes. Then we wake up and dominate the game after that. you don't mind that, providing you don't go behind. I mean, I know we did it against Bournemouth. We went 2-0 down within 20 minutes and then came back and beat them. And we've gone behind in so many games, even at home. We've gone behind in games where we've come back to reclaim the points. It's stressful for the fans, shall we say, when they do that, but not as stressful as I. It's not as stressful as I would have been last season, because last season you sometimes just couldn't see them coming back. This season, when you go 1-0 down, and I think it might have been Maureen who said it, but I know I saw this comment. It was some comment on the BBC somewhere where a lady was being interviewed after the game, and it was a Crystal Palace game, of course, where we went 1-0 down, and she said, no, I wasn't worried. 1-0 down, we know we can come back and beat them. So, no, I wasn't worried. We knew we'd be able to beat them. And she said, she'd obviously been at the game. She said the whole stadium was the same. And funnily enough, Malta said exactly the same. He wasn't bothered when we went 1-0 down because he knew we had the beating at that time and came back and beat them. So, yes, it's very stressful when you're listening to it, or it's probably very stressful when you're in the ground as well.
It is.
But it's what we've done all season so far. Yes, it'd be nice to be. Somebody said earlier on, it might have been Colin, said it'd be nice to be 3 up for a change. No, it wasn't. It was Steve, I think, said that earlier on. It's nice to be 3 up for a change rather than 1-0 up. Yes, Steve Martin said that. Yes, it would be nice to be 3-0 up at the end of a game, or even halfway through a game.
Dave Walker says hello, Cabby and Rob. Steve SAFC says Ballard or Mukiele for captain. Janet says for captaincy I would go for Ballard. You read that, didn't you, Colin Major? You're going to dye Bounty red and white. You need some paint to do that.
A lot of paint.
Steve Taylor, Dan Ballard. All right, Stevie, so now you're doing Dan Ballard team captain while Shaka out for me, guys. He posted something funny on Facebook, Steve Taylor, before, but I forgot what it was. It was quite funny. I don't know if you can get back to me. Dave Walker says Hume was very poor last week, but so was the team.
Yeah.
Like I say, it changed though, the second half. I mean, did it change, or do you think West Ham just took the foot off the gas because they were 3-0 up and they thought, like, well, that made us look better? Or do you think the formation and the subs did change it?
Yeah, I think the subs changed it. West Ham were on the back foot. Yes, they may have taken the foot off the pedal because they were 3-0 up. But, at the end of the day, we played far better in the second half than we did in the first half.
What did?
And that was just changing the formation around slightly. And I think, who was it? Dave Walker said earlier on, RLB play here Truda in the middle, in midfield.
Yeah.
But that's somebody else who can play central defence. Gertruda can play central defence. So,
Yeah. You mentioned there about Steve Martin. He says, I'd love to beat 3-0 win. But yeah, I mean, Sunderland, they've not really hammered anybody, have they? I mean, West Ham 3-0, yeah. But I mean, it's always too close for comfort, isn't it? Your 3-2s, your 2-1s, your 1-0s coming back from behind, and you know what I mean.
Leicester City won the bloody Premier League title by never scoring more than 3 goals.
No, it's the winning games, of course it is, that matters. I think people are just chatting there about it helps for the anxiety.
Oh, it does. It certainly does. If you're 3-0 up, you're a little bit more relaxed. 2-0's always a dodgy score because 2-0's easy to come back from. But once you get that third one, you can relax a little. As a fan, I wouldn't want the team to relax too much, but as a fan, you can relax a little when you're 3-0 up.
Yeah.
But we know how good our defence is, so even 1 or 2-0's a reason. Well, 1-0's never a good score, but 2-0 up, it's unlikely that We haven't conceded 2 goals that many times at home. In fact, I don't think we've conceded once against Arsenal.
Do you think Mr. 09 says Colin Major could step up after all he's Mr. Sunderland? I mean,
as a captain, yes, I think he could. He is Mr. Sunderland, and I think he's got the respect of the team because of that. So yes, he could step up as captain. Whether he's got the tactical nous that the likes of Xhaka, possibly Mukiele, possibly Diarra have got, I don't know.
I mean, look,
there's nothing. There'd be nothing to stop him playing, say, left midfield or right midfield, and being the captain.
No,
it doesn't matter where the captain is.
But you can already see, can't you, the gaps in quality from 09 to the players that we've brought in, and it's the same with Dan Neil. It's the same with Mundell, same with Mienda. I'll reserve Isidore a little bit because he has scored a few goals early on in the season. But you can see that the quality, it's massive, isn't it? And he's nowhere near the players that we've brought in. Is 09, which is what's meant to happen. You've got to strengthen your squad, and he is getting a fair crack of the whip. Luke 09, don't get me wrong, but it's a big gamble to start him. Like, I mean, obviously, if we have too many injuries, then he has to. Like, I mean, every Sunderland fan just wants him to do well. I mean, it would have been good if he scored that goal at West Ham, that cross. It was gone to the top corner. Oh, brilliant. How about Roos for captain? He can see what's going on.
I think we've had captains as goalkeepers previously, there have been some very good captains that were keepers, because they've obviously they can see the whole pitch or they can see the whole play. So yeah, I wouldn't rule out Roofs as a captain.
Depends what his English is as well. I mean, I don't know how fluent his English is compared to Xhaka's.
The Dutch are normally...
They usually are pretty good, aren't they? David Walker, Hope Regis Debris praise Gertrude in midfield instead of Human. Everybody was saying that's what should have been for the West Ham game. It was a strange one. Maureen replying to Colin, he says that was my initial thought. Steve says Roofs could definitely be an option. I agree with that. For me, it's Ballard or Roofs, says Janet. I'm liking this chat option. Are you, Rob?
It's good. The problem is I'm struggling to get into the chat so I can respond to some people in the chat. Just bear with me. I'm just seeing if I can get in.
No, that's fine. Steve SCFC controls the defence really well too. He does. John Smiles, hello, mate. Good to see you on board tonight. He says, evening, lads. Just a thought.
I might be in just to test.
Might be in. All right, okay. How's about 09? Yeah, like I said, we've just brought that up, John, haven't we, about 09? He's certainly got the respect of the team. So let us know, everybody in the chat. Do you like this new layout? Do you like how I can get you guys involved now in the chat on the live stream? It's like you're part of the show. You're not just in the background anymore on the chat. You actually highlight it on the show as well. And that is
trying to find a way to like and subscribe on. It might be different being in the studio with you, Stuart. I'm not sure it's like on the.
Yeah.
For those that aren't in the studio, whether there's a like and subscribe button.
Oh, the other people, they don't see StreamYard. They just see YouTube as normal.
Right, yeah, that makes sense.
It's only me. I see the platform. I can highlight and edit things, and you can see the studio. Everybody else, it's just as normal as YouTube, normal service.
Got you. Yeah, got you. Yeah.
Janet says, I don't mind 09. They all love him. Maureen had a cracking game last time he played. Yeah, I'm really liking these comments because, I mean, like I say, it just makes it more, how can I put it? It's just like, more personal for everybody. Do you know what I mean? It's like you feel like you're getting everybody else involved properly. So yeah, I do like it. Stephen Martin, if we can win on Monday, then that's the bottom two gone. So that means anyone from the next 5 teams. Yeah, I mean, it'd be interesting. What would the fans start saying if we lost and we played terrible against Burnley? We lost at home, say 2 or 3-0. Would the fans start saying, do you think we are a one-man team?
Possibly. I don't think, to be honest, I don't think we are. We've got too many decent players in the squad to be a one-man team. What I tend to view, I mean, yes, we know Jacques is a good player and his distribution is normally superb. However, what he is, he's Regis Labree's on-field manager, and he instructs the other players where they need to be. You just see him doing it throughout the game, pointing, telling players where they need to be. And that's where he is really, really good, and that's what he brings to this team. The players themselves, that we've got a good squad, you know. And
without a shadow of a doubt, yeah.
If you think about it, where we're sitting in the league, we've got teams that are doing well in Europe that are below us in the league. Teams that are beating big teams in Europe that are below us in the league. It just shows how strong the Premier League is.
Look at Spurs, for example, yeah.
Yeah, 5 out of 8 teams in the top 8 in the Champions League are Premier League teams. Simple as that. Spurs, who are languishing near the bottom of the table, and a lot of people are tipping to get relegated this season, funnily enough. I don't think it'll happen, but it's quite a number of people are tipping Spurs to end up getting relegated this season. They finished, was it 4th?
They did. I mean, Manchester United, I think, were 4th and 5th. It was either Spurs 4th, Man U 5th off bottom. The only reason they stayed up was because the 3 teams that were down the bottom were
crap.
Yeah, I mean, put it that way. If last season were this season, so I say, and we had established Premier League side, we would have been safe 3 months ago. That's how bad they were. You know, it was shocking. I mean, it's, you know, yeah, it was weird. Cabby, honey, lemon, vitamin D for magnesium for your cough.
Yep, that'll do it, mate.
Yeah. It's just one of those. There's just loads of stuff going about at the minute. It's every bugger that gets in my taxi.
Yeah, that's like an instant breeding ground for, because you're going to get a dose of everything there.
Yeah,
probably means you're immune to more stuff as well, though, Stu. To be fair,
that's just when you get a new strain. I mean, we don't get much sunlight up here. We just constantly live under grey clouds, and this is practically throughout the year. So we're actually suffering vitamin D.
I'm just laughing at John smiles about a WD-40 for your cough. It works
I've actually got some
on most things.
On most things, aye. Didn't make us laugh because it sets us off coughing. So pack it in. WD-40.
And David Knight, good evening. Yes, you did. Yeah, you give us a good thumping at the weekend, mate. And I hope you're right. I do hope our run continues on Monday. And no, we ain't. I don't think we're going to let the goalie move, particularly Spurs.
I'm going to regret the angel, Steve. That's what it was. Hello, Kingfisher. He says, please like and subscribe. Hit the thumbs up if you can tonight. That'll be a massive help. A win's a win, says Colin Major, no matter how many buy. Yeah, of course it is. Mundell, not good enough. Yeah, I mean, I was listening to Total Sport. There's a few people saying that Mundell, it's mad, isn't it? Because he seemed to be massive in the Championship, but like I said, there's a huge gap between the Championship and the Premier League. You know what I mean?
It is massive.
You know, you can be a fantastic player, but it's not just. There's not that next league jump. It's like there's 5 or 6 leagues in between jump, isn't there? From the Championship to the Premier League, it's like League One to the Championship. Even that gap's starting to grow every season, Rob.
It is,
Do you know?
and there's. I mean, was it Ipswich came up from League One
They did, yeah.
into the Championship. They had 2 seasons in the Championship, went to the Premiership, came straight back down again.
Yeah.
And League One to the Championship was a big step up. I mean, we didn't do so badly because we finished 6th our first season back in the Championship. But we finished, what was it, 16th, 15th, second year in there. So it is a big step up. And, Steve's right, parachute payments, they've destroyed the Championship because, if you're going to give a team 60 or 70 million quid when the rest of the league doesn't have 70 million quid between them, it's going to be difficult to compete with them. I mean, I know we did it last season, but we spent all the parachute money back in 2017, 2018 when we got back-to-back relegations. And think about that. When we went into League One for the first time back in 2018, we were still getting parachute money, and we got more parachute money than the turnover of all the other clubs in League One. It's actually quite scary amounts of money.
Yeah, it is. I'm just going to do a test here. Can you let us know? Can you hear Radio 5 Live in the background there? This is just for the commentary. Can you hear that, Rob?
I can't hear it, no.
Maybe it's just going to catch up a bit. I don't know. This is just a test.
Let me just. I'm just going to jump onto the YouTube channel, Stu, and see if I can pick anything up on there.
And things I already said no. No, it's just because the fact, like, when I'm on this StreamYard thing, obviously I need to get the audio in as well, for the commentary in the background. There'll be a way to do it. So the answer is no to that one, but I will get back to that one. Steve, we are all hoping for a win on Monday night against Burnley. But what if we lose the game? Surely this thing most fans are saying, let's move on to the next, has to stop, and questions need to be asked. Well, I mean, I said, isn't it, if we do lose badly against Burnley, then, it's kind of worrying if we are like a one-man team. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's like, heaven forbid if Xhaka got injured and he's out for the rest of the season, does that mean we're going to lose the next 9 or 10 on the trot? He cannot. Look, he makes a difference, Xhaka, but surely he cannot make that much of a difference. And if it does, then the players need to kick up the arse to say, well, how? Come on. You can't just expect Xhaka to carry the team. Do your bit. But I do think we have got the quality out there. Like I say, Regis is it's a learning curve, that West Ham game. And just hope he gets it right for the Burnley match. Kingfisher says must win next match. Oh yeah, you've read the David Knight post, didn't you?
Yeah.
John Smiles was that. Stephen Martin, how bad have Liverpool been yet? Look where they are. I know.
Yeah.
The thing is, it's like they're capable, though. The cartel clubs, they're capable of putting 3 or 4 wins on the bounce. And that's why they shoot up the league. Sunderland have not been able to do that. They'll win 1, draw 1, lose 1, win 1, draw 2, lose 1, draw another 1, draw another 1. It's like, I mean, the cartel clubs, like, your Manchester Uniteds, dare you say, your Newcastles and your Liverpools and your Cities and your Arsenals, they're quite capable of regularly putting 2 or 3 wins, 4 wins on the bounce. That's why they're pushing up. We've drawn a lot of games this season, a hell of a lot of games this season, which is fine. I ain't complaining in case anybody thinks they are, because our aim this season is nothing more, nothing less. It's just to stay in this division and stay up. That is the job we need to do. So I'm not complaining that we have done too many draws, because it's not. I'm not complaining. High TCP is better if you can get hold of it. It is, but it's got a radioactivity half-life of 100 years. That stuff, if you use it, you can smell it on you. You can smell it on you for the next 7 weeks. But it is strong. Hello, Bong. How are you doing?
Did you gargle with it yet?
I know that. Keep in mind we have Arsenal and Liverpool after Burnley, says Steve. But I'm not worried about them. Do you know what I mean? Arsenal away, which
that's going to be a tough game.
Liverpool, I'm not worried about them at the stadium. I like.
No, you see, I mean, just quick look at the table. 1, 2, 3. There are only 4 teams in the Premier League that have lost less games than us.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
And that's Man United, Aston Villa, Man City, and Arsenal. Everybody else has lost the same or more games than we have.
Yeah.
The difference is we've drawn more games than virtually anybody in the league. In fact, we're joint top with Brighton and Bournemouth. We've drawn 9 games. You know, a couple of wins out of that, that's an extra 4 points. That puts you into 5th. So, you know, it's not as if we've had a bad set of a bad run, because we've been picking points up. And, you know, December and early January for us was the nightmare month, where a lot of people didn't think we'd pick any points up. And we lost 1 game.
Yeah, I know.
You know,
I went on Total Sport and I was talking to Danny Collins, and I says, you know, I'm just not convinced we're safe until we're safe. It's just like it's every time West Ham and Forest are starting to pull together wins and stuff and points and stuff, they're going to close the gap. We need Sunderland need 3 more wins, I think, this season. Dare I say more? Do you think we need 3 wins? Or do you think there's a few? Obviously, I'll take as much as I can.
7 draws would do me, but because I think 36 points is going to be probably sufficient to stay up this season. Which is
realistically
3 more draws.
Is West Ham going to win the next 10 games?
I don't think West Ham will win the next 10, but I do think West Ham will stay up.
Mm-hmm.
They've hit a bit of form. They're starting to perform a little bit better. Forest is still on exceedingly dodgy ground.
They got a good win against Brentford, mind.
They did
as well.
They did, but they're just inconsistent. They win 1, lose 3. Leeds, I think, will have too much. It wouldn't surprise me. It really would not surprise me to see Spurs down there.
Look at Palace. They're dropping down like a stone.
Yeah, they've lost most of their good players, and their manager's already said he's buggering off at the end of the season. So,
what was our conversation, Robert? Like 7 games into the season, Palace looked like a really strong top 6, top 7 side this season.
Well, they
did, didn't they?
And they went on a run, which was, was it 19 games unbeaten or something like that in all competitions?
Yeah.
And yet, since then, they've barely won anything.
I know. Hot whiskey and honey will do the job, Cabby. Well, I'm teetotal. I don't drink, but I have got me hemp herbal tea, and a nice hot drink does do the job. I think Mundell just needs a goal for his confidence. Yeah, a confidence does do the world of good, but he's just a bit too much of a one-track pony, Mundell. He seems to get the ball,
cuts inside, releases a shot.
Yeah.
But he normally hits the target, to be fair. He normally hits the target.
Yeah. Maureen says that's why you need a low dose of vitamin D. We need a low dose. Vitamin D, your job inside. You're mixing with the public, not much sunlight. There's not much sunlight even if you worked outside in Carlisle, Maureen. It's honest to God. Seriously.
See, the training I'm giving Cabby on meteorology is working.
It is. I can take Maureen's advice without. Of course I am, and it's much appreciated. Without a doubt. But I'm not just in Cumbria or Carlisle, but we do live under a blanket of grey cloud right through the whole of the year. We'll get 2 weeks of clear blue sky, 2 maybe 3 weeks at a push, in April, May, which we have done for the last 5 years, and then we get autumn right through summer, and that's been the fashion right the way through.
You're putting me off moving back to the northeast, Kevin.
I think the northeast even sees more sun than what Cumbria does. It's the mountains and the Lake District generate all the bloody
absolutely
clouds.
Right. You're absolutely right. All the cloud tends to spill over Carlisle because it, rather than go over the Lake District, it tends to want to go around it.
Yeah,
and a lot of it doesn't get across the Pennines into the northeast. So the northeast is a lot drier and a lot sunnier than Cumbria is.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
Parachute payments, says Steve, are destroying the championship. What do you reckon of that?
Yep, totally agree. Totally agree. I mean, was it the 3 that went down last season? Is it 60 million each? They get something like that.
Well, so far in the championship, you've got Coventry are holding their own at the top. Looks like they're going to go up automatically. They didn't get any parachute payments. Neither did Middlesbrough. They're second. So the only team that's had the parachute payments are Ipswich. So it certainly hasn't benefited Southampton and Sheffield United, has it? So what other way do you think the parachute payments are destroying the championship?
It's because I think if you go back to the beginning of the season, the 3 teams that were labelled as automatic relegation spots: Leeds, Burnley, Sunderland. That's what everybody said. And what would have happened? You would have expected Southampton, Sheffield, not Southampton. Who else went down? Ipswich. Who was the other one that went down last season?
Sheffield United, Ipswich, and Southampton.
No, Sheffield United were in the championship last season because we beat them in the playoff final.
Of course I am. How am I? I need to wake up. Southampton.
Leicester.
That was it. Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah. Sorry. Yeah, you're right.
Because of the money you got.
Yeah.
Or the money they got in parachute payments, they were odds-on favourite to go straight back up again at the beginning of the season.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
nowhere near it. 14th.
It's that vicious cycle, and Southampton are even worse. And Ipswich had a bad start to the season as well. They've come on good since.
It's not guaranteed. A parachute payment isn't guaranteed, is it? I mean, it didn't work for Sunderland. They got relegated into League One.
Yeah. That's because they didn't spend any of it on buying players. They just tried to keep what they had as a power team in the Premier League. They tried to keep that in the Championship, thinking, "Oh, we'll bounce straight back with this." And of course, they cocked it up and they failed.
I mean, the bottom of the 3 teams in the Championship at the minute, the bottom, Sheffield Wednesday, I think they'll bounce back. You know why? We all know why.
Yeah,
they are where they are.
They're a massive club. They are a huge
the points
club.
deduction. Oxford, I ain't surprised. They're second off bottom. But Blackburn, I am surprised. They're third off bottom. They're really struggling at the minute, Blackburn. So
I'll tell you what, West Brom could end up in the bottom 3 this weekend.
Yeah, I was just going to come to them. I mean, West Brom, they're always knocking on the door, aren't they? In the playoffs and that playoffs area. Just about every season.
Well, they were last season, but this season they are 3 points off being in the bottom 3.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not playing well. I mean, they got some 5-0 off Norwich a couple of weeks ago. And Norwich, up until 2-3 weeks ago, were pants. They were rubbish.
I know. Paul Hunter Havelock, is that named after my street? Because I used to live at General Havelock Road in Sunderland. He says, hello, he says, we still need to bring backups for some players. I always say injuries can happen at any time, and it does. We're really lucky to have Granit Xhaka all season without and being out for any longer periods than what we have done. So, without a doubt, Bong and Stephen says no to the thingy. David Knight says, a suggestion for your cough, BM stores sell Army and Navy sweets. And believe me, they do stop you coughing because my family has had this goddamn virus going around for almost a month now.
Yeah, they do work. They do work.
Sell Army and Navy suites.
Army and Navy suites, yeah. They're cuff suites. They are superb.
Yeah, because it's not so much a tickly cough; it's mostly gone down to my chest now. But and I pass B&M all the time as well. I'll have a look for that. But thanks for that suggestion, David. I do appreciate it. Kingfisher, please like and subscribe. Thank you. Give the doggy a belly rub for me.
Yeah. That'll come after the live stream because he'll want his fighting time with his dad. That'll be roll about on the carpet and he'll be trying to bite me.
Paul Hunter says we can't knock this team for what we've achieved so far. Oh no, we can't. We can't. And I tell you one thing. No, I mean there's still work to do. And I think the mentality of the squad with Xhaka and the management and stuff, so far needs to carry on to the end of the season. But so far is brilliant, but the season doesn't end now. You know what I mean? I'm sure if we can keep this going, then I'm more than think Sunderland could finish in the top half of the season, but certainly can't knock. We've surprised every pundit, everybody. We've massively surprised them.
Yeah, I suppose that the downside for Monday's game is our friend, if you want to call him that,
Mary Poppins.
Sutton.
Oh, yeah. Sutton's.
Yeah, Sutton is forecasting us to win on Monday, which is normally the kiss of death, isn't it?
Christ almighty. It is the kiss of death. There's a later score coming in from the Championship. Derby's having a really good night. 5-0 up against Bristol City.
Ooh, that's a big score.
And Derby have now moved into the playoff positions, and they were struggling in the bottom 3, bottom 4 for most part of that season. So they're having a real good go of it at late. Saying that, Derby did put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wins on the bounce in 2025. But they went through a total patch after that. So
and Steve's got a good point there as well about Millwall. I would agree. I think they are one of the dark horses for snaking a playoff place.
I'd like to see Wrexham do it. Hello from Corfu. Says
Tingo. Wrexham do it. I would love to see Wrexham do it. I just can't see it happening.
I know, but I just think it's just a push too far. I really do. So, hello, Tingo from Corfu. Maureen says players have had a bit of a break. 9 days might prove beneficial where other teams have had to play. It's like Newcastle last night against PSG. I put a comment on the Newcastle page just saying if PSG are the current holders of that tournament, then crikey, South Shields have got a chance of winning it. Just why with them? Because PSG, I don't know if you've seen that game yesterday, but they couldn't hit a barn door with a doll's house teaspoon last night.
And
they were awful.
Last season they were unbeaten. They were untouchable last season, Cabby.
Oh, they were absolutely shocking. So I ruffled a few feathers by saying that. It's like if that's how good the reigning champions are, the Champions League, then South Shields could give them a good goal over.
Yeah.
But Newcastle, I watched it last night. They ran their socks off. Is there any reason why their energy levels is going to be low against Liverpool? Is because the reason why? Because every Newcastle player in that shirt was given 150% last night, and they should have won it if they'd put the chances away. But it was very disappointing from PSG. It was so I've made a few enemies, I think, on the Newcastle pages with that comment. David Knight says that was the best I've seen West Ham play this season, and we are all giving their all. You've got the players in that squad to do that. I don't think changing managers, getting rid of Moyes, and that has helped either. And I still think that stadium doesn't help you. I mean, I know you're stuck there at the minute, but you need a stadium that brings the crowd in more, creates a bit of an atmosphere, creates a cauldron, creates that sort of hostile environment, and I don't think you get that there. It's really, really weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
We have kept a lot of big teams quiet so far. Yeah, we certainly have. Steve Martin says, I'm the same as you, Cabby. You get well soon, mate. Kingfisher says, target 40 points.
Yep.
Steve
Seven
Taylor.
points. 2 wins and a draw.
Yeah, it's disappointing to draw 9 games, Rob, like everyone says. Any point in the Premier League is a good point. There's quite a lot of points at home I've been really pleased with. Do you know what I mean? That point against Villa, for example, Arsenal.
Leeds,
you do
because
need
Leeds
that
played
win.
well against us.
I meant hot whiskey and honey, Cabby. Other than that, a wooden mallet.
Yeah, that works, but it's not so good if you're teetotal.
No, I'm all right. It's when you lie down at night. That's when it comes. That's when it comes alive.
Now, Sue would have an instant cure for you, Cabby, but you wouldn't be able to use it because it's alcohol. But it's Sue swears by this. It's a Jägermeister hot toddy. So Jägermeister mixed with hot water. So Jagertee, as the Germans call it. And the only better thing I've ever come across is something called Ratzenputz, which is described as 100 poisons and 101 cures. It's a bit like Jägermeister, but with on steroids, and it clears your head from the feet upwards. Literally, it's bloody good stuff, but it's very, very, very alcoholic.
No good for me. No good for me. Palace have signed Strand Larson. Understand and Mags have tried to sign him. Mayor Palace are going to try and strengthen that with the
Matete is going to be away this week. He's not playing tomorrow for them.
No, he's not. At the end of the day, we've got to keep the faith till the end, and we can get carried away, says Kingfisher. Paul Hunter says we are only 7 points away from 40 points, and to think we have 33 already is better than was predicted by a lot of pundits.
Just laughing at Colin Major's comment about spit the dog. Stop. Yep, I totally get that, Colin.
Oh dear me. Please like and subscribe, says Colin. I think Kingfisher, thank you very much. Steve says, but Sheffield United had a poor start last season.
Well, they got points deducted, didn't they, to start?
Yeah,
the
they did. Oh, you know,
not quite as many as Sheffield Wednesday had this season, but
not SAFC related. But the FA have banned Palace giving cup payments to Macclesfield.
Yeah,
that's shocking.
Yeah, it is. It's disgraceful.
What exactly do they mean by that then, Sam? Give us a heads up on that one.
Well, it used to be that in the FA Cup, if the away team got half I think it was half of the home gate. So for small clubs, like Division 1 and Division 2 clubs, League 1 and League 2 clubs, playing a team like Man United, where you'd get a crowd of 70,000 and they would get a couple of million quid out of it, which would bankroll them for a season or two. Whereas the FA have now said, no, you don't have to do that. You only need to make a minimum payment. And I think Crystal Palace had offered to pay Macclesfield a bigger chunk of money from the gate receipts to help them out. And the FA have said, no, you can't do that. It's all about redistribution of money.
It's a shame, and this is of course where they went with the replays, weren't they? The fact it's
well, that was the money maker, wasn't it?
Yeah, of course it was.
A small club got a big club at home. You got a draw against them. You went to their ground. You got hammered, but you got loads of money. That's what it was about. But the FA, being a bunch of bottlers that they are, instead of turning around to clubs and saying, no, instead of spending, having another 30 games played in Europe this season, no, we are still going to have replays in the FA Cup. And if you're not happy about it, don't enter the competition.
Absolutely.
Pull out once, you'll never play in it again.
Yep.
Get your priorities sorted.
I have a feeling that Millwall will be in the Premier League next season, says Steve. That's what Rob says. John smiles. My ma used to get a police bottle cabbie. Don't know if they're still in production.
I've heard of them, but I'm dragging the depths of my memory, which is more than cabbies, shall we say.
What's
That's
you on
going
about?
that's going back 60 odd years, and I can remember them. But
what other police bottles?
That was called a place bottle, and it was cough mixture.
Ah, right,
chesty cough mixture. And I think there was, if I'm not mistaken, they were made up by. There was like a recipe that was handed round chemist shops, and they used to mix it up themselves, and it would be in a blue bottle, which was why it was called a place bottle.
I learned something every day. Well, cheers for that, John. They scrap FA Cup replays now, this, says Steve. Small world, cabby. I went to Havelock School. I went to Hilton Road and then Diamond Hall. Drink water, rehydrate your lungs. That's one big problem. I don't drink enough of water. Oh, yeah, I've just read Colin Major about Spit the Dog.
Let's go.
With Bob Carol G's. Design a new stadium for West Ham on Minecraft, cabby. I know. And oh yeah, I've just started rebuilding my Roker Park again. I've started to get back on that.
It was very recognisable as Roker Park, Matt.
Have you seen it? Have you?
I have.
Yeah. I put a video. I put a video up yesterday, didn't I?
Yeah, I saw it on Facebook, and I thought, yeah, I mean, it did remind me of Roker Park. You could see it was Roker Park. Clock stand, main stand, Fulwell end, Roker end.
Class, man.
Brilliant.
I love it. I absolutely love doing it. So relaxing. Still think we'll have a top 10 or above, says John. Paul Hunter says mental crystals and steam bath shower cabby unless you're on blood pressure tablets. I'm on very, very low blood pressure tablets. And hello to Ken, the old welder. He's the oldest, longest member of the channel. So good evening to
Ken.
you. So
yeah, I think have anything in the house called Olbas oil, cabby?
No, but I know what it is.
Put some on a handkerchief and stick it under your pillow when you go to bed.
I've got Vicks Vapor Rub. That's about it.
Similar thing. It'll do the same sort of thing. It just opens the tubes up a bit, gives you an easier breath.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think milk and magnesia did come in a blue bottle, Colin, but I do remember me gran getting what was called a place bottle from the chemists, and I'm going back a lot of years here, because we're talking at least 58 years ago, because that's when I used to live with my gran when I was up till when I was about 5-year-old. She would get what she always referred to as a place bottle, and I'm sure it was a blue bottle. It might have been an old milk and magnesia bottle, don't know, but I totally agree. It was milk and magnesia that came in blue bottles.
I love learning new stuff. I will have a look. I think we will finish 12th place. Look at, I'll be happy if we finish 14th, 15th, as long as it's not in the bottom 3.
Yeah, totally agree. But I do agree, though. I think we will finish mid-table, at least mid-table, or slightly higher. So 11th, 12th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. But if we can put a couple of good results together over the next few weeks, 6th or 7th, I think we'll be on the cards. Which is exactly what Kingfisher's just said. He was hoping for a 6th.
Well, I'm going to end the stream there now. I'm going to take a couple of paracetamols. I'm going to unwind for a little bit. I do thanks, Rob, for coming on. It was a last-minute notice, and I hope you got a lot in the chat. You like the new layout, how I can interact now on the chat and bring you into the show, every single one of you. So I hope you like that. I've just got this today, and I spend a few more hours tomorrow studying it, and I just want to make the channel better for everybody. That's my name. Colonel Wellis says, I just listening to the crack 1962 when I first went to Roker Park. Yeah, happy days indeed. Kingfisher, thanks for the stream, guys. You're welcome. Have a good night. Steve Martin, yes, it was very good. Oh well, great.
Excellent.
Are you doing anything tonight, Rob? What's left of it?
No, just going to go and bang my head against the housing brick wall because it might have all gone horribly pear-shaped.
Oh, for God's sake, man.
Our sellers solicitors didn't do something that they should have done, and as a result, it's now going to be delayed by at least another 2 to 3 weeks. People at the bottom of the chain are threatening to pull out. So yeah, well,
there's a surprise. Any excuse to get more money from them. The ball washing bees. That's what they are.
Yeah.
Anyway, I will say good night, Rob. I do. Thanks very much, and thanks
welcome,
everyone. I might do a little live tomorrow and just have a bit general banter as the football scores are coming in tomorrow because there's no match. So I'll see how I'm.
We might need to fiddle about trying to work out how to get the commentary on as well.
There'll be a way. I just need to. It's just adding another audio source to this, and I'll be able to do it. I mean, if not, it's not a problem because I'll just go on to my OBS. But there will be a way to do it. Good night, Colin. Good night, Steve Martin. So we will catch you. I possibly will go live tomorrow. I might do a 3 o'clock live and just have a bit crack on with people as the scores are coming in. Just to keep the channel ticking away.
I'll be up for that.
Thanks for coming in, mate.
Oh, you're welcome, mate. You're welcome.
Thanks, Paul,
everybody.
Hunter. And we'll catch you later.
Yeah, cheers, everybody. Good night.